As the hatch opens, Special Forces soldier Levi is about to carry out a mysterious, eerie mission. Following orders from his superiors, he must first parachute in early at the edge of a no-fly zone, then slide through a valley for 5 kilometers, before secretly landing in a completely deserted area. Even stranger, his superiors also order him to detour along sheer cliffs for 38 kilometers. These absurd requirements all highlight how extraordinary this mission truly is. Hours later, he arrives at the designated location, but what he sees leaves him stunned. It is clearly just a fog-shrouded, uninhabited canyon, yet it is surrounded by tightly secured perimeter fencing. Every 50 meters, there is an automated close-in defense gun, and the area is even equipped with a satellite jamming system. As for where he lives, it is atop the West Tower, hundreds of meters high. The previous guardian, Blake, tells him the place is completely self-sufficient. It has solar power and a rainwater system, along with a small vegetable garden. Across the canyon stands an identical East Tower, guarded by another country. The soldiers of both nations perform their duties, with absolutely no contact allowed. When Levi asks about the exact mission, Blake gives a shocking answer.
I need to keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge from coming out.
As he speaks, Blake tosses a grenade into the canyon, and tells Levi to listen carefully. Seconds later, screams and wails echo back up.
What the hell is that?
It's what we call the Hollow Men.
As for why they're called that, even Blake doesn't know. He only knows the canyon has existed since World War II. The military once sent 2,400 cavalrymen into the canyon to clear it out, and not a single one ever came back. Only then did the leadership decide on a containment strategy. And all this information has merely been passed down verbally by generations of guardians. Blake's own theory is that
The gorge is the door to hell, and we're standing guard at the gate.
the next day, Blake leaves the canyon in high spirits, unaware it will be their final farewell. When he exits the no-fly zone and reaches the pickup point, a helicopter lowers a rope to him. But just after the crew confirms his identity, they pull the trigger, leaving him there forever.
Rotation complete.
Copy that.
No one is allowed to take the secret out. Meanwhile, the unsuspecting Levi has already entered work mode. Each day, aside from simple patrols, he can only pass the time by reading. One day, he suddenly grows curious about the East Tower. When he looks through binoculars, he sees something completely unexpected. The guard across the way is actually a delicate young woman. At that moment, she seems to sense someone watching, and turns to look back. Startled, Levi quickly ducks out of sight. Little does he know, the girl is an elite sniper, who has taken out targets from several thousand meters away. In the days that follow, Levi often sneaks looks across the canyon, but it seems the woman always notices. They strictly adhere to the rule of no contact, until the day of the girl's 18th birthday. Perhaps in a good mood, she grows curious about Levi, and fires a single shot into the sky with her pistol. Hearing the gunshot, Levi naturally goes to investigate. Seeing her ask for his name, the straight-laced Levi reminds her, "We're not allowed to make contact." He thinks the conversation will end there, but the girl writes on a cardboard sign instead, "I'm Dresa. Today is my birthday. I can do whatever I want." Seeing how playful she is, Levi immediately pours himself some long-sealed vodka, and raises a glass to wish her a happy birthday. So the two of them drink across the canyon. Then Dresa mischievously asks Levi to put on a performance. Levi can only say he's decent with a gun, and not good at much else. Hearing that, Dresa eagerly demands a demonstration. Just as Levi goes to grab his rifle, Dresa shoots his bottle out of the air, and even makes a teasing gesture. As a Special Forces soldier, Levi refuses to be outdone. He lines up a shot and fires at her bottle. He expects this to anger her, but instead, Dresa doesn't get mad at all. She places the bottle on top of her head, signaling him to keep going. But just as they're having the time of their lives, Dresa's expression suddenly turns serious, gesturing that something is below. Levi immediately raises his rifle to check. In the dim shadows, a group of unknown creatures is climbing upward. Once he confirms they aren't human, he decisively pulls the trigger. As he hits the creatures, he also sets off the suspended mines. Seeing this, Dresa activates her machine gun, adjusts her position, and unleashes a barrage across the canyon. With their perfect coordination, the monsters are pinned down completely. At the same time, the defense systems are triggered. Dozens of automated close-in defense guns roar to life, pouring bullets onto the creatures like rain. Cannons and gunfire echo through the entire canyon, until it finally grows quiet at dawn. But Levi remains on full combat alert, because Dresa has suffered a minor injury. Dresa jokes that she's had an amazing birthday. From then on, the two are no longer strangers. In their own unique way, they build snowmen to stand in for each other while drinking alone. They play chess, communicate with cardboard signs, and use gunshots as signals. They even use pots, bowls, and basins as instruments to play rock music together. The canyon is filled with laughter every day, and the monsters never climb up again. Levi even starts picking names for the children he imagines having with Dresa.